I'd like to talk a little bit about the 3/8 assessment results which came out yesterday. Okay, I'm Charlie Stern. This is Real School Talk, and I'm going to chat a little bit about the 2015 3/8 Math and ELA assessment. The New York State Education Department issued the results yesterday, which was August 13, 2015, and the results, in a word, are not good. But so in order to explain that, they have a PowerPoint presentation that's got about 40 to 50 slides, and on slide 36 it says about 20% of eligible test takers did not participate in these tests and did not have a recognized valid reason for not participating. Unbelievable. The PowerPoint presentation goes on to explain that the majority of the children that opted out of the test are white and from more privileged backgrounds, upper middle class, and it's a very sad situation, because if you don't happen to have means and you don't have the ability to stay home with your children during the day, then you have no choice. Your children have to take that test. So here's what I think is really going on. The valid reason that those parents chose not to take the test also has something to do with the fact that principals and teachers who they trust told them to stay home and that there would be no consequence for not taking the test. So if 20% of the students don't take the test, are the results valid for the other 80%? For me, the answer is no, and here's why. Because the 20% that opted out is not a random sample, and the state PowerPoint presentation explains that there are demographics that are clearly linked to the children that did not take the test versus the children that did. I think that it's arguable that the entire result set is useless because so many children are opting out. I would also point out that I think those children had a valid reason for not participating. The valid reason is that their parents have no confidence in the state assessments. Unfortunately, that's what's really going on. I would also point out that there are some bright spots in the results. Children who attend charter schools consistently scored higher than children who attend regular public schools in communities that have both. The purpose of these state assessments is to evaluate teachers. The teachers union, NYSED, and the UFT don't want the state assessments because the results might indicate that in some cases there's a lot more work to do. It indicates that charter schools are consistently outperforming regular public schools. Of course, charter schools don't have a union presence the way regular public schools do. There are issues here for the grown-ups that have nothing to do with the kids, and yet the kids have to take these tests. Folks, at the State Education Department, if you're paying attention, people aren't stupid, and they feel that this state assessment has been shoved down their throat at all levels of our society. They don't like it, and they're starting to push back, and the ones with the means are pushing back first. So there's an unholy alliance between upper middle class parents and the teachers union, but that will unravel also as everyone begins to realize that the 3/8 assessments are kind of a joke.